So everybody, this video is going to be a few tips on using Google+. As a lot of you know, I'm starting a show on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and everybody's invited. It's going to be on Google+. And basically, this video is a few tips on using Google+ platform. So I'm going to kind of walk you through it, because it's a fairly new technology. I know I say that and a lot of you geeks and nerds out there laugh at me. Don't laugh at me, okay? I'm old school. It's new technology to me. And it's new technology to anyone that's never used it before. And if we're ever going to get this mainstream, then we got to start talking about it. So here's a few tips on using Google+. Alright, as you can see here, we're at the Google+ screen. This is what you'll get. You need to sign up for an account. Assuming that you've already done that, and it's really easy if you're already on YouTube. They make it easy. Just sign up for the Google+ account. And on the left side of the screen over here, you go to More, and there's Hangouts. We want to go to Hangouts. Blue. Now, I'm going to start a Hangout, and if you want to start your own Hangouts, you can start your own Hangouts as well. But, so I start a Hangout, bam, like that. This test. Now, they're Hangouts when you start them. They're not on air. You're actually private. It's a private little chat. And then the person that's hosting the Hangout chooses to go on air when everybody's ready. So that's how that works. So then once you go on air, let me see here. I'm not actually going to do it. But I would push Hangout. I'd invite people to my circles right here. And what you got to do is you got to find me in the circles, or I got to find you. You have to add me to your circles for me to invite you to Hangouts, or I have to add you. So we have to connect on Google Plus before the Hangout sometime. And the only other couple of things that I want to bring up here real quick that are kind of important. Let's go over here to YouTube. A handsome fella there. And we're going to do this.
About that, if you understand the terms that we're talking, target is supposed to serve. I'm sorry, I'm still virtual about that. If you understand.
Now here, Adam Kokesh is at a Polypop debate on Google+. And if you notice the feedback, the way the feedback's coming in, it almost makes it impossible for him to talk and hear. And you'll see that here in the video.
Favor the friends of government at the expense of the people who the market is supposed to serve. I'm sorry, I can't hear anything now because I'm getting a feedback loop from like I'm hearing the conversation.
Now, how the feedback loop happens, the audio feedback loop, is when you're using these speakers and they get too close to your mic and it causes an audio feedback loop. And this is probably the most important thing when using a Google Hangout. Is if you're using the speakers here, you can't use this kind of, well, don't use these speakers. If at all possible, what you want to use, instead of using this speaker here, is you want to use earbuds in the ears. That way it's impossible to get the loop. So you have these in your ears like that, and you talk on your mic like that, and it's all about the audio in Google+. If one person messes up and puts their speakers and their mic too close together, that's you get the loop and it screws up the whole Hangout. So as long as we're all in agreement on that, I can move to the next point. And the next point is, when you're doing a Google Hangout, don't tap or rub your mic or anything like that, because it gives this real scruff and it's just horrible. It's like, sounds like thunder going into everyone's ears. So be mindful not to tap your mic, because if you tap your mic during a Google Hangout, you're going to explode everyone's eardrums. And if you like them, that would be bad. So is you got to remember earbuds, that way you don't get the feedback loop, and don't bang your mic. And remember, you're on camera. Everything you do is being streamed live. And that's probably the most important part. Also, if you're having any technical difficulties, you can always back out and rejoin. And this is a side note that I've noticed on Google+. In order to keep things moving along well, keep your answers short. If you're having a conversation, don't lecture, because it gets really uninteresting for the ADD individuals that are watching, and I'm talking about myself, of course, because it drives me crazy when people on Google Plus just ramble on for 20 minutes. And believe me, if you watch a Google Plus Hangout and you got somebody lecturing and rambling on for 20 minutes, you will see people leaving because it gets really boring for the viewer. The thing about Google Plus is you want to keep it bouncing around. You know, you can give a 30-second answer, a 45-second answer, or a statement, put your 2 cents in, but you got to keep the rhythm going. That's the most important thing. That's pretty much all I've got to say about Google Plus. It's a good platform. Really like it, and I think in the future, politically speaking, people are going to get a lot of use out of it, and it's completely going to change the way that people watch and interact with their entertainment in the future. And it's already started, but I don't think the general populace has utilized it until this point. I actually feel a groundswell coming of people using platforms like Google Plus and the other one that they use over at the Ron Paul Tribune. But all I got to say, like this video if you want, favorite it. You ain't got a favorite, just leave a comment. And if you got any other tips about Google Plus, leave a comment below. I know I've probably missed a lot of things. I'm not really the person to be giving advice on Google Plus. I will tell this. I will go ahead and add this in as well. And that is, get yourself a good webcam. That's actually really important. A good webcam, HD. So if you can do that, I think you'll be all right. All I got to say, oh yeah. Remember, Lawless Show, the Mr. Lawless Show, Tuesday nights. Come hang out with me. It's going to be awesome. That's all I got to say. Lawless out.